What's up? So today we are going to be showing you how we built this half of the cantilever balcony on the 3rd level of the Iron Maiden, aka our container house. These are the views from the interior. So amazing, but also side note, it's still not finished yet. So if you want to see how we started from this standard container door and built the balcony, stick around, hang out, eat some popcorn, and see how we went from this to this. Okay, let's go. A few years ago, we decided to quit the rat race and venture down a completely unfamiliar path in life. We sold almost all of our possessions, renovated a camper van, and toured the US looking for a piece of land to start our journey. After almost 2 years, we found our piece of paradise in the Pacific Northwest, and Pacific Pines Ranch was born. Follow along as we chase our dreams to build an off-grid shipping container home and to see our projects and adventures along the way. As we like to say on the ranch, the joy is in the journey. Walking on the land, gonna explain everything that we're doing. Hello, hello. We are going to start to remove this door. The plan for the balcony is that this door is going to be welded open in place, and that will be part of the structure of the balcony, the cantilever balcony right here. So this door will be cut off completely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and remove the hardware and everything now, because I think it'll be more difficult to remove it after than it will before. We're gonna cut this one off. This one's not ready to be welded open yet because we need to kind of figure out what we're gonna do for the balcony and whatnot. So this door's coming off, this door's hanging out. Then we're gonna move it onto the logs, build the balcony, and up it goes. We're gonna get everything together, gather all of the supplies for today, and get to work. First thing we did was remove all of the hardware from the door. The locking system, the gaskets, the retention strips, all of it. Then Viant cut off the door that we won't be using, and let me tell you, these doors are heavy. After that, we measured everything that we needed to build the balcony. So that way we could gather all the supplies and materials for constructing the balcony. After removing the gaskets and retention strips, I filled in the holes that are used to attach the retention strips to the door. It rains so much here, like 80 inches per year. It's crazy. So we wanted to make sure the tubing of the door was sealed and watertight. If you want to see how we refurbished the door and door frame, check out our previous video. Click here, where you'll see how we removed the rust and gave the entire container a much needed facelift. We worked on setting up this backing plate for the C-channel that we will be welding under the container door. Then we welded the C-channel into place. Please excuse my hilarious appearance. I'm gonna be plasma cutting in the next 30 minutes and I would like to keep my hair, so gonna have to cut out a hole in the bottom right there, so gonna have a lot of splashback, and I don't want my head to catch on fire. So let me do a little tour of what we're doing right here. So for the outside of it's a little bit tricky, so we are going to plasma cut 3 holes across of this bottom plate right here. We are going to slide in our 2x4 tubing and weld it in place there, and to the outside of this C-channel, which will go against this and go over there. So with that being said, this is pretty heavy. It's kind of hard to get all the angles right, and we just need to kind of like mock everything up before I start welding. So we kind of built this little primitive structure to hold this up there while we kind of mock everything up. So we're going to put this in place. I'm gonna tack weld it to this, and then afterwards I'm gonna cut the holes out, and then we're gonna slide the tubing in and go from there. I think actually we're gonna have to do the tubing first and then this after, because otherwise we won't be able to get it in there. But yeah, so cut the holes, slide the tubes in, tack them in place, put the C-channel here, tack that in place, tack them all in place, and then go and get the angle iron that will be, I think we have it set at every foot, and I think this is 5 feet, about. Anyways, so on we go. I am still a beginner at plasma cutting, but I am really starting to love our plasma cutter. We had to mark them from the inside and cut them from the inside, which was a little difficult because of the access. But in true Pacific Pines Ranch fashion, we pushed through and made it work. Ain't no sparks in the face gonna stop me.
Yay!
Man, was this step long. So we tack welded everything in place, but first we had to make sure it was level like 10 different ways, so we had levels everywhere and had to keep adjusting everything until it was just right, so that took some time. Here's my outfit of the day, soon to be featured on Construction Vogue. Bright and early, ready to roll.
Yep.
Alright, another misty summer day. I'm not sure what's up with the weather this year, but it's quite rainy and cloudy, and I don't know, it's just been a weird summer so far. Anyways, so yesterday we got the, oh wow, got a little bit of rust on it.
Yeah, you get some rain.
Yeah. We welded in all of this basically, except this piece. And now we are going to add the final pieces to this balcony. So we're gonna set everything up, get everything that we need. We're gonna run some angle iron perpendicular to these tubes. That's where we will drill the floor into eventually. But anyways, gonna be a long day, but I think it will be the last long day that we have until we set this bad boy in place. So that's exciting. So time to gear up and get going. Can you guess what I'm going to say? Yep, as usual, camera batteries died, so I didn't catch when we welded the angle iron in, but here's what it looks like before we painted the balcony with primer. This took forever to paint because there's like 10 million sides to each part, and we had to make sure all of them got a good solid layer of primer because, as you may know, we live close to the ocean, so corrosion is next level. But Vaillant is a very thorough painter and did a good job.
Yeah, but it's really good that we do it on the ground, but it's already like so scary.
The first test. 300 pounds on the balcony.
Oh. Ah, very strong.
Looking good.
Like a millimeter.
Are you proud of your work?
Oh my god, yeah. Proud of my wife work too.
No. After the primer, we painted everything with a marine grade acrylic top coat, and voila, look at that. It turned out great, and we are really happy with the results. So here's before, let me upgrade you, and here is after. This container has come a long way and is ready to retire on the third level of our house. Woo! So, if you want to see us build a crazy scaffold and weld the second level of our house together, be sure to subscribe so you can join us on our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. As always, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out our social media pages and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.